Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a book sale slash media sale kind of video. So we are at the library. We're waiting for them to open the doors. The last two times we did not find much for good books, but we did do really well on CDs, and we found a couple movies that were worth grabbing. If they're still on sale, the last time they were like $4 for $1, which is crazy cheap. If they're still $4 for $1, I will go through the DVDs. If not, then I'll just concentrate on books and CDs. But yeah, let's go in. We're waiting for them to open the door, and hopefully it's a decent sale today. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. I like being cold.
That CD guy. No, I don't.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah. I don't need that one though. Grab it though, and Mr. Mercedes. Ooh, that's a good one.
What?
Grab this one.
Rice.
At the bottom, yep.
Yeah.
Vampire Armad right here.
Oh, hold on, I'm dropping stuff.
Yeah. Here, can you take these? Ooh, at least we're finding some good stuff. It's a lot of Star Trek. I feel like I should grab all those. I'm gonna leave them for now. If somebody else wants to grab those, good for them, because that's a lot of stuff I don't know about. Really not bad so far.
On the setting of the see over to science and fantasy section. Sorry, we on the setting. Okay.
I am happy. I have found some really good stuff. Cool.
Happy birthday, sweetie.
What? Oh, that's the one! Thank you.
There's a bunch of the soft cover.
I don't
Okay.
do well with the little
Okay,
ones because
all
I'm
right.
blind,
But
but I will read that.
Yeah.
I've been looking for that book for like 2 years. At least 2 years. Okay, I'm going to take a quick look through. I feel like these might have been the same ones that were here last time. I'm not seeing a ton of stuff that's new. That's interesting. I mean, the discs look alright. Should I grab it for $1? I feel like that one's a total question mark. I think that's the only vintage book I think I'm going to grab. They do pretty good in the booth. How did I miss this one? Oh, it's like a super tiny one. I'll leave it. I can't deal with the tiny ones unless they're like a Stephen King paperback. We'll obviously do the haul at home. We're home. I am very happy and excited about this haul. It was 2 bags, which are $6 each, and 3 DVDs. So our grand total for this haul was $12.75. That's it. I am so excited. I got a lot of stuff that I also don't have listed, which is nice, and stuff that I feel like will sell fairly quickly, also, which is nice. This Barbie Rapunzel DVD is brand new sealed. I usually do peruse just to make sure that, I mean, for 25 cents? Yes, please. This was kind of a shot in the dark. Almost said Barbie. Barney. Some Barney stuff sells well, some doesn't. This seemed like it was in good shape. It just had a couple of smudges. I looked at that correctly. The lighting down there is very weird for DVDs and CDs. Yeah, it's like super dirty, but it doesn't look super scratched. And then I found this special edition DVD of this stand. I don't know. Kind of a shot in the dark. I've seen the show on, I don't remember what streaming service it was, and it was okay. So I don't know if that's what this is. I'm gonna have to do some research. If anything, you can go to the booth for $5. Now let's dig in. Oh, we got CDs, and then we'll dig into the books. CD guy was there, and when I kind of like squeezed my way in just to see if I could grab a couple of the like rock type CDs, he literally started just taking them like this. Wasn't even looking at them, just taking them like this and putting them in his bag. Handfuls, stacks of them, which is why normally we don't get CDs, because the guy does not share. Hence CD guy. The other side of that, like where the CDs were, is where all like the jazz and stuff is. So Rich did go on that side and grab a couple things, but we didn't grab a ton of CDs today. And I have not checked these. I have no idea what kind of condition any of this stuff is in. But, I mean, $3 a piece. It was worth it for, you know, the handful that I did get. Hopefully the CDs themselves are not completely trashed, because that's, you know, it's 50-50. I grabbed 3 vintage books. These will get tagged for probably like $5 a piece and taken to the antique booth. These like decorative ones, the pretty ones, seem to sell well in the booth. So all 3 of these will get tagged and taken there. So there's like $15. Then we've got the like readable books. Verity, I've already read. Anybody read this? What's your thoughts? I liked it, but I didn't love it. I don't think it got nearly... I think it was completely overhyped. It is being turned into a movie, though, which I'm actually really excited about. And the people that they have already cast to play the characters in this, I could see it. Like, I like it. Sometimes when they cast movie roles or TV roles and I see the person, I was like, where did they get that from? I don't know. So far, I'm digging it. Diane Chamberlain, The Last House on the Street. I heard this was good. I've only read one of her books, and it was like, it was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Book of Cold Cases. I have this one. I don't think I've read it yet, though. But since I already have a copy, I can sell this copy. Ruth Ware, The Death of Mrs. Westaway. Again, I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought it was alright. It was okay. People like it, though, so it usually does sell. The last thing he told me, pretty sure I read this one. Did I read this one? Before Owen Michaels disappears, he manages to smuggle a note to his beloved wife of 1 year. Protect her. No, I have not read this one. Despite her confusion and fear, Hannah Hall knows exactly to whom the note refers. Owen's 16-year-old daughter, Bailey. Bailey, who lost her mother tragically as a child. Bailey, who wants absolutely nothing to do with her new stepmother. As Hannah's increasingly desperate calls to Owen go unanswered, as the FBI arrests Owen's boss, as a U.S. Marshal and federal agents arrive at her Sausalito home unannounced, Hannah quickly realizes her husband isn't who he said he was, and that Bailey just might hold the key to figure out Owen's true identity and why he really disappeared. Ooh, that's actually... seems kind of intriguing. I've heard good things about this. I thought I already read it. Definitely have not read that. It'll blow my nose. feel like that's just going to be part of these videos for God knows how long, man. These sinus issues are just lingering. Anne Rice, The Witching Hour. I don't think I've ever had this in hardcover. I didn't even know they made this in hardcover. So kind of excited about that, and I have no idea what to expect. Maybe like $8? I don't know. I've never had one. This is also one I've never had. House of Sky and Breath, a Crescent City novel. I feel like this will sell quickly. I don't know this year. I mean, I know this series and I know this author. I don't get into fantasy stuff. I have read this. Mad Honey was really good. And if you are interested in reading this, I just got done reading her book, The Pact, which was written before Mad Honey. And the brother in Mad Honey is a lawyer. Now, he was first introduced in The Pact. It was the lawyer in The Pact. And then he brought him back in Mad Honey as more of like a main character, which I thought was really interesting. That's why I kind of like to read authors in chronological order of when things get written and published, because this isn't the first time I've seen characters. Like, I wish I would have read them in order, because when I read this, I would have been super excited that they brought back characters from The Pact. Does that make sense? I don't know if I explained that well. Anyway. Now, I'm going to have to Google, because I always get his name wrong. I always say Chuck Palahniuk, and that's not right. Google always corrects me. Everything he's written that I have read was freaking weird. I have not read this one, although I do believe I already have a copy, so this can get put up for sale. Then she was gone. I ended up with 2 copies to fill my bag, which I didn't even fill to the brim. I hated this book. I do not know why it gets such good reviews. Every time I see it on like one of my book groups on Facebook, everyone's like, oh my god, I loved it. It was so great. It was such a good book. I'm like, were you guys reading the same book as me? This book sucked. I really did not like it. I thought it was really boring, and I thought the plot was really slow, and I didn't like the characters. I don't know. I don't think I like Lisa Jewell's writing in general. I don't know. This, I think, is the only thing of hers that I have read thus far, and like I said, I thought it was terrible. I don't mince words, do I? Hello, beautiful. I've heard this was also really good. I'm going to hold on to this and read it. I do believe it is part of a challenge that I just got for Goodreads. So if I read this, it meets one of the challenges that Goodreads gave me. Plus, I've heard it's really good, so I'm going to hold on to that for the moment. Discovery of Witches. This is part of a series along with the Book of Life. This one's the first one. Does it say which one this is? No, not that I can see at least. I believe there's 4 books in the series. It was also turned into a series on TV, which was good. Although, I have to say, like I was saying with wherever it went, where did it go? Verity. When I was talking about Verity and the characters, when I got done reading the Discovery of Witches series and started the show, I was like, wait a minute, okay, what was his name? The main character. What was his name? It's been so long. Matthew? Was that his name? I don't remember. I think the main male character's name, I don't remember. But I could not stand who they got to play him on the show. I thought he didn't match what I had in my head at all whatsoever. So there's that. Get this stack over here. The Couple Next Door. I do believe I've read this. Anna and Marco Conti seem to have it all. A loving relationship, a wonderful home, and their beautiful baby, Cora. But one night when they are at a dinner party next door, a terrible crime is committed. Suspicion immediately falls on the parents, but the truth is much more complicated. What follows is the nerve-wracking unraveling of a family. Detective Rosbach knows what the panicked couple is hiding, something inside the curtained house. Anne and Margot both soon discover that the other is keeping secrets. Secrets they've kept for years. The shocking truth will leave you breathless. Maybe I haven't read it. That doesn't sound familiar to me at all whatsoever. Sounds good, though. I thought I read that already. Autobiography from Christina Lauren. I have a hardcover copy of this that I have not read yet. For those of you who don't know, Christina and Lauren are two different people that co-author all of the Christina Lauren books. I love most everything I've read of theirs so far. I've absolutely loved. I've really enjoyed their books. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one and sell the hardcover. I probably will. I'll probably sell the hardcover and keep this one. Nicholas Sparks. I am a Nicholas Sparks fan. The Wish made my top 10 list when I literally read like 2 good books that entire year. This was one of them. Freaking loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. It was a beautifully written book. Oh, all the things. Edge of Madness and Edge of Darkness. I seen these and snatched them so fast. This is a series that I'm currently reading. I've read the first book and am on Libby's waiting list for Edge of Madness. Now, here's the thing. This is set in Michigan, in northern Michigan. I live in Michigan. It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing. An EMP, if I remember correctly. An electromagnetic pulse knocks out any vehicle that it's got any kind of computer, any banking system, all the, lights, electronics, nothing that has a computer system functions anymore. The main character, which I believe is her, the main character had been kidnapped, I want to say 5 years prior, and had been held captive in the psycho's basement. And when all of the electricity went out, she's also super pregnant. When the electricity failed, she actually escaped. That was the psycho's dog, who was super underweight and was not being fed or taken care of either. So she took the dog and bolted. So she's trying to get home to her original husband and her son in it's just a crazy series so far, and I freaking loved it. So I'm going to keep these for now and read them. I will put them up for sale when I'm done, but definitely recommend from the first book. I think it's got over 4-star reviews on Goodreads, but definitely check out the Edge of Collapse series if you haven't already. The Mother-in-Law. Again, I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. People really like this book, though, so I don't know, hopefully it'll sell decent. And I believe this is his brand new book, Counting Miracles. I am fairly sure. Yeah, 2024. I'm pretty sure this is his newest book, so I'm also going to hold on to this because I love his freaking books. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. If you've watched any of my book media videos, you'll know I can't stand this book. I really did not like it at all. It is a true crime book based on true events that happened down in Georgia, I believe, if I remember correctly. This is a statue in the cemetery. It's really there. That's really a real statue. You can do tours, home tours, to see the home and everything that all this stuff happened in. Which, honestly, if I'm ever in the area, I would probably do the home tour, because I just think it would be interesting. But I just didn't really like the book. But for some reason, it always sells. I literally just sold a copy of this. It was picked up last night. Somebody paid Rich Venmo this morning. Violin by Anne Rice, also in really good condition other than that I just now seen. But in hardcovers, I should be able to get $8 out of that one, even with the inside scribbles. We've got a couple other Anne Rices. Memnoch the Devil in little paperback, and The Vampire Armand in little paperback. Also got Mr. Mercedes, which I don't currently have a copy of listed, so that can get listed fairly quickly. Stephen King is an author that I am reading in order of publication. So the next one that I'll probably start sometime in March will be The Dead Zone. I think that's next on my list, is The Dead Zone. He brings back characters, and that's why. The plot I heard was good. Actually, Stephen King did a blurb to this book. Yeah, right here. Insanely readable, Stephen King. I've never read it, but I don't know. I've seen mixed reviews on it from people that have read it. The Last Letter from Your Lover by Jojo Moyes, I do believe I've read. 1960, Jennifer Sterling lives a life of luxury with her wealthy husband. On paper, she has it all. In reality, she's dangerously devoted to another man who is asking her to risk everything. 2003, Ellie Hayworth works as a journalist for a national newspaper and is in love with a charming writer. On paper, she should be happy. In reality, her career is floundering, and the man who holds her heart belongs to someone else. When Ellie stumbles upon a set of passionate love letters from the 1960s, both women's lives entwine. As she pieces together the fragments of the past romance, what she unearths dramatically transforms her life and Jennifer's in the process. It was really good. And I believe there's a movie, too, that's based on the book. That was also pretty good, if I remember correctly. One Door Away from Heaven. I've actually been looking for this book for like 2 years. Rich read it, said it was really good. So I'm going to hold on to this one and read it at some point in my life. Luckily, I read a lot of books. My TBR is out of control. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I can't remember if I read this one or not. Nora Stevens' life is books. She's read them all, and she is not that type of heroine. Not the plucky one, not the laid-back dream girl, and especially not the sweetheart. In fact, the only people Nora is a heroine for are her clients, for whom she lands enormous deals as a cutthroat literary agent, and her beloved little sister, Libby. Which is why she agrees to go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for the month of August when Libby begs for her sister's trip away. With visions of small-town transformation for Nora, who she's convinced needs to become the heroine of her own story, but instead of picnics and meadows or run-ins with a handsome country doctor or bulging four-armed bartender, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie Lastra, a bookish, brooding editor from back in the city. It would be a meet-cute if not for the fact that they've met many times and it's never been cute. If Nora knows she's not an ideal heroine, Charlie knows he's nobody's hero. But as they are thrown together again and again in a series of coincidences no editor worth their salt would allow, what they discover might just unravel the carefully crafted stories they've written about themselves. Yes, I did read this, and it was super cute. I loved it. It by Stephen King. I have a hardcover vintage copy of this, so that can get sold. Whew! Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little haul and all the things that will currently be available for sale shortly. It'll take me a minute to, list because it always does, but on that note, I'm going to sign you off, and I will see you on the next. Bye!